So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about grappling, we're going to be going to Grapple Kings 8. That's going to be on Saturday, the 23rd of July. Now, we did have a venue change. Originally, it was going to be in Southampton, but obviously, unfortunately, that venue fell through. There was obviously some issues with the venue. So, it's now been moved over to Newport in Wales. So it's going to be 19 Bridge Street. That's in a place called Bainswell in Newport. I think it's going to be at the Queen's Hotel. And again, obviously looking at that venue, it looks like an absolutely awesome venue. They've obviously had events there before for other things. So we're looking forward to obviously heading down to Newport for the night. It's going to be Team England versus Team Wales. So this is the semi-final. Obviously, the winner is going to go on and take on Team Ireland in November. So already promising to be an unbelievable night of matchups. We've got obviously some of the top grapplers from obviously across England and Wales going to be on the show that night. So we're looking forward to another action-packed event put on by Grapple Kings. Now, ticket availability, head over to the Grapple Kings Facebook page and it will take you through to their booking system. And anybody that can't make the event on the evening, originally it was going to be on Flow, but now that they've signed a deal with Fight TV, so it's going to be a little bit more cost efficient for people. So I believe it's about $4.99. I think I'm paying about $4.99. So $4.99 per month, which is absolutely unbelievable for a lot of the stuff that's on. There's pillow fighting world championships and stuff like that on Fight TV. So anybody that's into that, definitely head over that. Wrestling, obviously grappling, not just Grapple Kings, Grapple Fest and stuff like that's on there as well. So my next guest is going to be on the show that night. So Bryony Tyrell of NGMA. So Killa B going to be up against Hellraiser Helen Harper. Again, unbelievable matchup. Obviously, we've seen both of these female warriors on different MMA events all across the world. So we're looking forward to seeing them on the 23rd of July step on that Grapple King stage. So Bryony, listen, absolute pleasure to have you on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, so obviously for you then, so how's everything going, obviously training-wise?
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, after all the sort of lockdowns and things, everyone had a setback. It's so nice to be back. You know, training hard, training normally, being able to visit other gyms, competing. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a tough. Nearly 2 years. I mean, it was a very, very tough couple of years. So I know, especially not just in jiu-jitsu, but we talked about MMA and stuff like that as well. And we've seen obviously there were some shows getting put on, but the majority of shows were cancelled. And it was a tough time for anybody, and especially people that made a living from it, because
yeah, for sure,
it hurt a lot of gyms and financially ruined a lot of people. So it was a horrible 2 years we had.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, at least we're coming out of it now. We're on the other side.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is. We're seeing it now. We're seeing a lot more events coming up. Obviously, we've got Grapple Kings obviously next month. We've got things like SGI in Scotland. We've got Grapple Fest. I know you're competing this weekend down at BJJ 24/7, which obviously an awesome event run by Lauren Stutton. And you were there back in March as well.
That's right, and last August as well. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. So I thought we kind of go down as a team from NGMA, and we stay overnight, and we have a bit of a make a weekend of it, which is great.
Yeah. It's always good. Going to be a big team going down from NGMA.
Yeah, I think there's about 8 of us going.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we came like 6th in the medal table last time in March, which is massive for us because it's a little gym, it's growing. To be up there with the top gyms in the country is amazing.
It is. I mean, that's the good thing now as well. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but the level of grappling, jiu-jitsu now than what it was pre-lockdown is unbelievable. I mean, I see it. I do like refereeing at local comps here in Scotland, and obviously we see like Grapple Fest and obviously the other big shows as well. And the level at the moment seems to be at an all-time high.
Yeah, I agree. I think the popularity of grappling, particularly BJJ, is just shot through the roof. And even since lockdown, the classes are absolutely packed. The competitions, like you say, the level is, just getting better and better, and it's great to see.
I sometimes sit there and think, because obviously I look at white belts and so on, and white belts that have just started, and think, how are you guys so good? Like, we've been in a 2-year lockdown, and you guys are coming out and you're doing things that I would never dream of doing when I was a white belt. So, but it's great to see. It's definitely refreshing for what we do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you just get that buzz, don't you? And everyone's enjoying it and helping each other out. It's really good times at the moment.
Nice. And then, what about you then? So obviously I know that outside of jiu-jitsu you love to like traveling and stuff like that as well. So obviously we had a look at your Facebook, and I mean you're jumping out planes and you're bungee jumping, and do you know what I mean? You're skydiving, wing walking, and so
bit crazy.
Yeah, you seem to love like the extreme stuff as well. So have you managed to do any of that since, obviously, now that we're coming out of the lockdown? Have you managed to get back to doing some of that?
Oh no, I haven't done any skydives for about 7 years now. It's
Right.
difficult with the kids, with competing and my job. It's really hard, but I'm dabbling a little bit with the stunt industry at the moment, getting some advice, looking to maybe do, a bit of stunt work. I thought I was too old, but apparently I've been told that with my experience, my skydiving and the fighting, I've actually got a pretty good chance. So looking to maybe dabble in that a little bit.
Yeah, a good person to know then is Simon Hayes. Obviously, Simon Hayes in the movie industry. So obviously Simon Hayes, one of the kind of top black belts coming out the UK. So one of, I believe, the first black belts in the UK. So he does a lot of film stuff, a lot of movie stuff. So
Oh,
definitely
fantastic!
Definitely a
I'll
person
be on
to
the
get in
messenger.
touch. Yeah. So, so Simon, I believe, obviously been at like Oscars, and I think he was at the Oscars not long ago. Obviously the Will Smith slap that night. So yeah, Simon, he's worked on a lot of big films. So,
Oh, fantastic!
so yeah, you should
That's
definitely
amazing.
look out for Simon. So, and then what about this matchup then? So obviously Grapple Kings 8, so just around the corner. We're just over a month away. So how did you find out then that you were going to be on the show that night?
Well, to be honest, I'm a bit shameless, really. I'll just message promoters and say, "Can I be on your show? Can I be on your show?" And to be honest, that's how I've got most of my big opportunities, is just asking. So I did that with Grapple Kings. Obviously, it was meant to be in Southampton, so I was like, "Oh, I'm down the road." So yeah, just messaged, and they were so nice. They got straight back to me and said, "We'd love to have you on the show." And yeah, that was it really. I didn't find out about the matchup, I think, till maybe a couple of weeks ago. But that's a great matchup as well. I'm really pleased with that. Helen's awesome, and I've got a lot of respect for her, so I know it's going to be a good one.
Both have got tons of experience as well. I mean, as I say, when you look at both of your experience, not just as I said in grappling, we talked about MMA and so on as well. So, and both of you have been on kind of similar paths as well. Obviously, both reaching Bellator, and obviously, I know that obviously lockdown came and obviously ruined kind of MMA as well. But obviously, in grappling and so on. So again, both similar experience. And she's a little bit smaller than you as well. So
yeah, height wise, I mean, I'm 5'4". I think she's I don't know what it's 5'2" or 3". I'm not sure.
I'm sure she says about 5 feet. I'm sure she says about 5 feet. Yeah. So
okay.
A little bit smaller,
I am a little bit taller.
Yeah. How does that? I mean, because obviously me, I'm about your height, so I'm only a small person. So, And I love it when I go in and obviously I see people that are like 6 feet tall, and I just look and I think, you're never taking me down. So,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
do you, even though obviously there's a few inches of a difference, does it have to change your game plan at all, or do you still go out and do what you're going to do on the evening?
Oh, I I think not. I tend to be. I mean, I love wrestling. Absolutely love wrestling. So, I'm never someone that will pull guard. That's not my thing at all.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm always going to look for the stand up
yeah.
game. You know, to get a takedown, and that's yeah. I'm still going to do that no matter sort of what size
Yes.
the opponent is.
Definitely. And then obviously your plans then going forward. So I know we said you're in Brighton this weekend, so done at BJJ 24/7. But what plans have you got certainly for grappling going forward for the rest of the year then, Bryony?
Well, actually, tomorrow evening I'm doing a sub only gi match
Yeah.
on sub only super fights in Gosport.
Yep.
So yeah, gi's not really my thing. I wouldn't. Obviously, I've trained in it quite a few years, but it's definitely not my speciality.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Yeah, it's all good experience. So I'm doing that tomorrow night, and then BJJ 24/7. And I did Grappling Industries back in February, and I thought that was brilliant. I love the format of fighting everyone.
Yeah.
Got really good experience on there as well. So I'll probably look to do one of them. I think we're thinking of going over to Ireland for that one as well. I think we were talking about it as a team, so maybe doing that. And I'd love a chance on Grapple Fest, so I'll probably message them at some point and ask them. Yeah, so anything that comes up, really, I'm up for anything.
Listen, definitely message Chris Thompson at Grapple Fest. So, because obviously Chris, listen, he gets I don't know, about 1,000 messages a day.
Yeah, I'm
So,
sure he does.
but yeah, I mean, Chris is one of these people at Grapple Fest. Chris Thompson, he just he knows everything that's going on in the grappling industry throughout the world almost. So he'll sit and watch videos, and he's got people on his radar, and he's like, whenever people message him or I message him about someone, and he's like, yeah, I've been watching that person for like the last 6 months or whatever. So he knows everything that goes on in the grappling. So he's got eyes on every single person. So and obviously he looks for exciting fights, exciting matchups, which obviously Grapple Fest always seem to bring. So
yeah,
so
they have some awesome matches on there.
yeah. And the good thing about Grapple Fest as well, I mean, we saw it the last, 3 of the last Grapple Fests. We had Rosa Walsh, Nadine Tavares getting fight of the night. We had Fionn and Kendall, and then Rosa getting obviously fight of the night at the last one as well. So 3 of the last the last 3 Grapple Fest, it's been females that have stole the show. And they always come out and put on the best matchups that you see every single time. And there's more and more females being added to the show. I think we had 12 females on the last one, or was it 10, 12 on the one before that, and I think about maybe a 8 or 9 on the 8 to 10 on the previous one. So it's getting more exciting for obviously females coming through. We're seeing a lot more shows, and we talked about that with Grapple Queens coming up in September, Enyo as well. So it's definitely exciting. It's exciting to see. Because you'll have been in times where you've went in the gym and you'd have been the only female in the gym. Grappling or MMA or boxing, wrestling, and it was just all guys. So it must be exciting to see, obviously, a lot more women coming in and being involved.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, I probably did about 7 years of wrestling where I was pretty much the only female in the class. But now we're getting, we're getting more and more women coming in. It was BJJ, really popular. I think getting more women into the wrestling, it's still maybe, not quite so popular, but then it's the same for the guys as well. They'll come to one wrestling class and they'll be gone the next week. So yeah, but it's cool. There's some really amazing female grapplers coming through now.
Definitely. Listen, it's a great time. It's a great time for grappling. And then final thing for you then, so Bryony, so you've been in the game for obviously a good number of years. So obviously I'm pretty sure you've trained with some amazing people over the years. But anybody you want to shout out to, so the usual friends, family members, teammates, things like that.
So obviously I want to thank everyone at NGMA, all my coaches and training partners there. It's absolutely lovely, friendly, amazing gym to train out of. I'd also like to say a big thanks to Dave Lee at Crossface in Watford. Always treats me as one of their team, has done for the last 7 years. Always helped me through all my MMA and grappling, anything. And my sponsors, so Mr. Sport, SJ Fitness and Recovery, Booster Fight Gear UK and GMP Supplements. They've all supported me probably for the last 5 years, which is amazing. And probably most of all is my husband, Tom, who, long suffering, wouldn't have been able to do it without him, obviously, with the kids and my job. So, yeah, massive thank you to all of them.
Yeah. Does Tom train himself?
We met doing jiu-jitsu, actually, Japanese jiu-jitsu, about 15 years ago. And then I stopped to have our first child. And then I went immediately back in, and Tom never went back. But I've managed to get him back in. He started doing kickboxing. He's done a year of it now, and so I've got him back into the gym.
Nice.
Hopefully get him a bit of grappling as well.
Definitely, he needs a little bit of grappling. So,
he does. So,
that's why when I started grappling, I got in because my daughter was growing up, and I said I'm going to need to fight all these boys off. So that's why.
Yeah.
And I said, look, when they come, they always come. Like some of the boys, she's 14 now, and some of the boys come in and she tells them all, my dad was, because I'd won like the British champion, the IBJJF British, and obviously out in the worlds and so on. And she tells them all this. So they all come and they all want to talk to me about jiu-jitsu and MMA and stuff like that. So they don't even talk to her anymore. So, and they all want to come. Yeah, they all want to come and train and things like that. So, and I always say, listen, if you're going to date my daughter, you need to do jiu-jitsu. So, so definitely. Yes. And then NGMA, how do people get in contact with you guys at NGMA?
So probably the best way, they're very active on Instagram. So it's New Generation Martial Arts in Southampton, Facebook as well. Just message the page and come in for pop in and have a free class.
Definitely.
Meet the gang.
Definitely. So guys, definitely hit up NGMA. So great gym. Obviously, I looked at their Facebook page and their Instagram, and some great classes, some really, really great people on there as well. So so there we go. We're going to have Bryony, Tyrell, NGMA. So the Killa B up against Hellraiser Helen Harper. It's going to be Saturday, 23rd of July. As I said, it's going to be in Newport, so the Queen's Hotel in Newport. Make sure you do get your tickets directly. I believe you get the tickets either from the grapplers themselves, or you get the tickets through there and you choose the name of the grappler, whoever it is you're going to see. And then, as I said, anybody that isn't going to make it, then head over to Fight TV. There's some great pricing to actually get Fight TV, and it's an awesome setup that Fight TV have. So listen, Bryony, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for obviously taking the time to talk to me this evening.
Oh, no problem at all. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
No, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 23rd. That's it. I'm going to be commentating, so I'm going to write a lot of good stuff about every grappler. It's not going to be like MMA. Like MMA, sometimes they say bad stuff, whereas all I'd say is all good stuff about every grappler. So,
that's good to know.
Well, listen, we'll see you on the 23rd. Enjoy the rest of your training, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Will do. Thanks ever so much.
Take care then. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.